just way too many balls up in the air to juggle. It's just, one thing after another.
Yeah.
So one should have sympathy for the regime in China that whether it is geopolitics or global trade relationships or their own domestic economy, there are just way too many calibrations and recalibrations going on. And even for a fairly enlightened and pragmatic regime, chance of making mistakes here and there is high.
Can you see any situation based on, let's say, deteriorating China-Taiwan relations, okay, to talk about things very diplomatically, that could either slow, stall, or even derail rebalancing or reforms?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, I think, the Taiwanese, of course, have very large business presence in China, despite having no official relationship
Indeed,
with
the
them.
interconnectedness
and the
is
supply
huge.
chain is very big. To what it's worth, despite the fact that China and Taiwan were in very friendly terms the last, say, 8 years or so, during this time, the Chinese have been actually moving up the value chain, and the supply chain that the Taiwanese so thrive upon is slowly getting dismantled. I mean, this is a big worry for Korea, Taiwan, and Japan.
So what you're saying basically is, sort of low-priced, light manufacturing, the flowers and toys and stuff. I mean, that moved offshore years ago, right? China is starting to compete with its own supply chain, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Ah, okay.
And that's not a worry for Southeast Asia. It's a big worry for North Asia.
Gotcha. Okay, let's get on to RMB just very quickly. Significantly stronger fix today, 9:15 versus Friday. That's the good news. PBOC says, okay, look, clearing banks, Hong Kong, Macau, Triple R goes up. You have to hold more of the stuff, right? They're trying to put a bottom under CNH, the offshore. Is it going to work?
Well, it's very cute. On one hand, you're very dovish domestically. You're trying to support the economy, guiding rates lower and cutting Triple R. And then offshore, you're doing exactly the opposite, where you're trying to make the RMB an expensive currency. I mean, isn't this going to provide incentive for onshore currency to move to offshore, take advantage of the higher deposit rates? Or can they really compartmentalize? We have seen many countries do that in recent years to compartmentalize the exchange rate defense. Indonesia pushed up 1-month borrowing rate over 8% in September, while trying to send out dovish signals. As you saw, they actually cut. I think these things can only work in the very short term. It's not offshore speculators that is the problem for Chinese RMB. The problem is the economy, questions about future return on the economy. If they can stay on the reform course, the currency will take care of itself.